Raven has reported to me, I'm sure it wasn't anybody who's here, because you guys are the attentive ones, but a lot of gaming guns and ref guns are being returned, claimed to be broken, when in fact they're not broken. And what's actually happened is that usually the battle's been changed, which we refer to here. So the first thing to check if a gaming gun no longer takes hits, or your ref gun doesn't work anymore, is verify that it's in fact on the same battle as everything else, because it's actually working perfectly. The whole point of battle is to isolate one game from another, so that you can't get crossfires from one field. I particularly remember running some clan wars. We ran clan wars right next to the woods game, and of course people from the woods game thought it was really amusing to shoot the people from the clan war. Well, in future we'll set the clan war on a separate battle, so that they can't shoot each other. That's the use of it. But for nearly all the play we run, just keep it on battle 1. Please don't change it. And if you get them when you arrive and they're not working, you can change the battles by the ref gun. And it's probably not a bad idea. When I actually run a SADAR session, I actually get my ref gun, and the first thing I do is run through all the guns on and go change all the battles to 1. So they're all in the same battle. That's the first thing I need to do. Right. Then, next thing I do is I use the change difficulty function to set them all to standard. And that actually also sets the hit points to 5 at the same time. And the last thing I do then is I actually go through and do a sensor test using the sensor test function. And I have found that if you try and do sensor test and you're actually on a different battle, it doesn't seem to work. So you really do need to change the battle first. It's actually that sequence. You want to change the battle as the first thing you do. Then set it to standard. And if you have to change the hit points, set the difficulty first, then set the hit points, because the hit points are changed when you change the difficulty level, because it goes to whatever the default is, which is standard is 5. If it's hard, it's 3. Yeah. So, and the other thing I mentioned on troubleshooting is friendly fire. SADAR, you obviously can set the teams to Team A, Team B, and if you do that, then Team A can't shoot Team A, and Team B can't shoot Team B. What's really tricky, this is where we can get you, it's happened to me once actually, running indoor. Everyone else was set on Team A and Team B, and I was set on friendly fire on. And that had a really bizarre result. The result of that is that I can sometimes hit the opposition and sometimes hit my own team. And they can occasionally hit me. It's really quite random. Yeah. It's really important that you leave friendly fire on, or if it is a festival where you've got to turn off. At a festival you might well, and I think I actually recommend at festivals turning the friendly fire off, like a inflatable. It's really important you do make sure that you actually have every gun correctly on Team A and Team B. And you can check that when you boot. When you turn it on, it's doing the 3-second countdown. Look at the display. If it says Team A on it, or Team B, then it's set. If it doesn't say anything, then it's friendly fire on. So that's a bit of a trick. Friendly fire definitely should be left on or checked as on. One of the reasons they can get really screwed up is because we do the rentals where we rent out the gaming guns. They can come back in all sorts of crazy configurations. So it's not necessarily they're all set correctly when they get out to the field.